up, guys? We're back here at another hobby show. This is I believe it's called the All Japan Model and Hobby Show. That is correct. We're in Tokyo this time. This is the 58th All Japan Hobby and Model Show, or Model and Hobby Show. So let's go on inside and see what we have this year. All right, first up, Bandai. You know us, we always do the Bandai stuff first, so maybe we'll have some new surprises. I think there's a perfect grade that we need to check out, so let's go see if we can find that perfect grade first. All right, so we know what the new perfect grade is going to be, and it is going to be the 00 Gundam Seven Sword G. Here it is, nice and big. It looks like this is based off of, I don't have that information, but I believe this is based off of that recently released last year, the new perfect grade Exia frame. So that looks pretty cool. Look at that, weapons. I mean, this thing is just monstrous. Let me see if I can get my hands in that shot there. Just look at the size of this thing. I mean, I can put my head next to it maybe. Just see how sick. This thing looks pretty sick, I have to say. Pretty cool. I mean, if you're a big fan of the 00, that looks pretty exciting. I think you will want to get this thing built and build it. Now, one thing to note about this thing, I believe, is unlike last year's release that had the LED set or the non-LED version, I believe this is going to be only non-LED. Now, actually, I mean, just looking at the frame, though, I'm not really sure where you would light it up. Maybe in the head. They are releasing that LED set separately, which is something coming new for December, which times in with the release of this kit. So I wonder if it actually may be possible to use that LED set in here, although I'm not sure if you'll really get the full effect of that thing. But it looks pretty cool. They show it here with the display stand. Not sure if it includes that display stand itself. I would hope it comes with at least some kind of stand. That Exia had a really cool stand too, so we'll have to see what we get with this kit. A new surprise here at Bandai booth. I don't believe I've never heard of this thing coming before. This is a new master grade. This is the XS Gundam and the S Gundam. So if you look at the head, that head looks really familiar. Well, I believe it was in March. They released the Deep Striker back in March. That head looks pretty much identical to what I built on that Deep Striker. So I think this is just like a new version using some of those Deep Striker parts. It looks pretty cool. We'll be sure to cover this for you once it is released. It just says it just says a new product. It doesn't have a release date or as to when we can expect this coming out. So we will have to see. All right, so I believe we already have this on our site available for pre-order, if I remember correctly. This is coming in December. This is the real grade. So we had the real grade Unicorn before, but now we are getting it in the full armor Unicorn Gundam mode. So here they have it in Unicorn mode, and they have it in full destroy mode. So what's new for this kit is you get all of those fancy weapons, including that axe. I don't remember what the name of that beam axe was off the top of my head, but it looks pretty cool. Lots of weapons. Gonna have to look forward to building a whole lot of weapons come this December. Alright, so new HG releases this time. This one is coming out in December as well. Now, we just had this released in 100 scale, I believe, as an RE100 kit. But now we're getting it in the 1/144th HG kit, and this is the DJ. I've been looking forward to this one, actually. I'm a big fan of HG kits, so I'm just happy to finally get one in 1/144 scale. I gotta say, it looks pretty good. Alright, so also coming for HG kits. Now, I've been really excited to see these. They just kind of previewed these on the internet a little while ago. But first up, we've got the Gaz R and L. We also got the Jar Jar. So we had the Build Fighters. They released a similar, something based off of this frame. And we always expected that they're going to someday come out with a new Jar Jar. Finally, the Jar Jar is coming out in HG scale. I gotta say, that looks really cool. Looking forward to building the Jar Jar. Looking forward to the Gaz R and L too. So these look really, really cool. There we go, nice action pose going on that Jar Jar. And also on the left, I love big mobile suits, so I'm really in love with this guy. This is the Gustav Karl Unicorn version. Just look at how thick those legs are. This guy does not skip leg day, I have to say. So looking forward to all of these kits to come out. Alrighty, moving on to the narrative section. So we got some releases coming out for the narrative. Actually, the Sinanju Stein, this guy, he's looking a bit more gray than I was expecting. I was kind of maybe expecting a bit more white, but he still looks pretty cool. He's going to be coming out next next month, actually, just in a few days, October is going to begin. So I'm looking forward to building that guy. This one was already released. This is the injected in gold color, but also in October they're going to be releasing a plated version of that narrative Unicorn Gundam here. That looks really cool. I really like the shine on that narrative version. The clear, if you're looking at that clear, that's just an event version, so you won't be able to carry that normally. But also, we've got the narrative Gundam in Apex form. This kit looks really cool. I like how big this thing is. Kind of interesting looking, one of these mobile suits. We saw some of these in like Gino Reconquista, kind of reminds me of something that was released in that Reconquista in G. I don't remember the name of that thing though, but that also looks really cool. Alright, something else interesting in narrative, and I do not recall this one at all being announced before. This is a Sinanju Stein, but we're getting it in Master Grade now. This is a Master Grade Sinanju Stein narrative version. Look at that gun. He looks really, really awesome. There is no date set for this guy yet, so we'll have to see when that does get released. Alright, RE100 time. Zagjoga just came out recently. There is also a new version. This one, although one thing you'll notice, this version of the Jagdoga does not say that it is going to be like a special pre-Bandai. It's here with the regular releases, and it just says new item coming. So I'm guessing that this guy is also going to be a regular release. At least I'm hoping. Kind of just a color change difference, really. The helmet has a little bit different style to it. Not a whole lot different to it though. But also coming in the RE100 line is the Gun EZ. This is going to also be releasing in December. So we have a really busy December to look forward to. We've got the full armor RG Unicorn, we've got the perfect grade 7 swords, we've got the RE Gun EZ. So lots of stuff to be building this December. New high resolution is on the way this November. It is the Gundam Astrate red frame. So like other high resolution kits that we've had, this frame is probably built somewhere in China. It comes pre-assembled on the frame, and then you just kind of assemble the parts and put the parts on the outside. So like the other high resolution kits, also this one has that really glossy looking plastic to it. It's probably going to be quite hard. I'm going to have to be careful with my nippers. The last high resolution kit did a number on my nippers, kind of chipped it, broke it a little bit, but we'll have to see. So November. Look forward to this one in just 2 months. Build Fighters. You guys know how much I like the Build Fighters lineup, and we have some new releases for Build Fighters. Although I have to say, maybe I don't see any new surprises, but we'll see as we walk along the line. First up, this one, they just showed it on their site a little while ago. This is the Sara, I believe. That looks kind of cool. You're going to get like 2 versions that you can build with this girl. So you're going to have one with a regular face, and then you have one with more of like a robotic face. So maybe if you aren't such a big fan of the girly look, then you can go ahead and go with that one on the left. But I think a lot of people love this character from the show, so this kit tends to be quite popular. Also new is this customized kit. This one is coming out soon as well. It's kind of cool. It's got a lot of customization possibilities that you can do with it. Also, the Double O Gundam, the Double O Sky, I forget what they actually called this. Wait, maybe this one wasn't the one. Maybe they're just showing off that you can add the parts to this one. Alright, so there are some new Build Fighters kits on the way. This one's going to be coming out in January. This is the GBN Base Gundam, it looks like. I really love the colors of that. Isn't that some really fancy colors? So we also have the Gundam frame. Yeah, I believe this one is on the site now as well. A new grunt suit. So you have like different kind of helmets that you can do. You have this style helmet, you have this style helmet. So that's kind of really cool looking. These 2 guys here, they actually just came out this week. So we're going to have them on the show at some point in the future. We have the new Age 2. This guy's going to be out in December as well. I really like the look of this thing transformed, and the fighter mode, that looks really, really awesome. And here it is in the regular mobile suit mode. So this guy just went up on the site as well. So we saw that set where you can add parts to it, but this guy comes including all of the same parts that are in there. And we got some new colors. I on the side it didn't look like these colors, so it's kind of interesting to see these colors. It's really that metallic sheen to it, injected plastic. Looks interesting. New build divers, another new couple of build divers. This one I think is just being unveiled here at the show for the first time. This is the Gundam Zarakeru. Oh, am I reading that right? Gundam Zarakeru. Okay, that looks really cool. I like the additions to this kit. And then behind it we have the Shining Break. That also looks cool. This one is being released in December, although I don't remember it going up on the site. It may be there, I just don't remember. New Haro kits. So actually I'm a fan of these little Haro kits. They're just fun to build. One that I'm really looking forward to on that top left is the Haro Ball. That one is going to be coming out in October. I love the Ball Gundam, so now they're making a new ball version, but it's a Haro Ball. But we also have actually something brand new in the Haro lineup, and they're calling this the Mobile Haro. And I gotta say, this thing looks really awesome. So they get a Haro, and he's got like his own mobile suit that he like plugs into. So he's got legs, he's got arms. You know, if you're a big fan of like steampunk design, I could see somebody out there doing like a steampunk style custom build of this kit. That looks really awesome. This one's going to be out in January. Really looking forward to this one. Neko Busou! Neko Busou? Yeah, Neko Busou. This stuff looks really cool. So we had some of these were released on our site last month. There's going to be a new release coming also this November. What's really cool about these things is they took like actual real pictures of cats and they modeled these cats like after these pictures. So all of these cats are actually modeled on real live cats out there. I don't know if like they're Bandai people's own personal cats and that's what they modeled them on or not, but that looks really cool. They really did a great style on modeling these cats, I gotta say. This is just something, we talked about this a little bit on the Gunpla TV before. This is just something that's really Japan. It just screams Japan. Alright, so we got something cool here at the Bandai booth. I'm not actually sure if this is actually Bandai itself or they just let this company use the space in their booth or not. But this is called the Cross Space. And what this is, I think some of you out there might have already seen this before, but this is like a wireless lighting system. So you have these little tiny LED lights and they get their power wirelessly. So you don't have to worry about like running wires up through your model. As long as the model is standing on top of this the base, then it should be able to power up the LED lights that you have inside the kit. So this allows you to do some really cool effects because you don't have to worry about the lights or you don't have to worry about the wires. You can put the lights in the clear parts wherever you want. You can see the lights there on the bottom. They have it up here in the narrative. This is just an HD narrative kit. Look at how small those are. They're really tiny.
こちらですね、LED がこのように外の状態ではもちろん光らないんですけれど、このように中に入れると、この空間の中に入れると LED が光るというですね。
Got some figurized standard kits now, so we've got some new Kamen Rider stuff coming first of all. So we've got the Kamen Rider, oh gosh, I am not too familiar with their name. A few Kamen Rider fans out there would probably know. I know the X-Aid, we also got the X-Aid coming. X-Aid's got some really wild colors. Yeah, there's the X-Aid. Look at those wild colors. So this is new figurized standard kits, stuff that you can build and put together yourself. Also, all right, so we've got a collaboration going on with the figurized lineup and the Gundam lineup. So this is actually a Build Fighters kit, and this is the Ayame. She is going to be. Wait, actually, I think she just came out last week, so we're gonna have to get her on the show soon. Kind of like the Fumina kit, and then also we've got Naruto. Naruto, I believe, is actually releasing this weekend. He comes with some really cool looking special effects there. Look at that shuriken he's got. Alright, so we have Ultraman stuff. This guy's looking really awesome. This says the new items. We don't have this on the site yet. This is just the prototype form. He's in the gray stuff.
I love these things. I love these things. These Ultraman figures, you know, when they first started doing their figurized series, they're all really big, and they were a much more, you know, sort of labor-intensive building.
Didn't they call those master grades too at that
Yeah,
time?
yeah, I think so. But I love these.
These are really awesome. More
not
like
just
an
the
HD
Ultraman,
scale.
but you know, Naruto and all these, because you know they kind of, you can finish building them before you get bored of building them. They pose a lot better than the original ones did.
Right.
And it's a great combination of having, you know, your favorite character, but also getting the satisfaction of getting to build something instead of just popping it out of a package. So perfect product as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it looks really awesome. These guys
Yeah.
are looking fun. We'll have to build them. This one here on the left is going to be out in November. The other two, it just says new items, so we don't have dates as to when they are going to be released.
Yeah. They've really
here's
started
something.
taking some liberties, so to speak, with the designs of the Ultraman characters.
And this is kind of cool. We've got an LED unit, I guess, that you can plug in. This is a new style LED.
Yeah, you got the light in the chest there, so.
Light up the chest and light up the eyes a little bit too. So it shows the break apart, how it works there in the game.
Am I the only guy who this is reminding me of a Marvel character? There's sort of a Marvel character, yeah.
Maybe we're going to start seeing this guy painted in some red and gold, I have to wonder.
現在連載中のウルトラマンより
Iron Man.
ウルトラマン
New Yamato releases are at the show
Oh my
as
goodness,
well.
yeah.
So we've got, actually we had an LED version of this before, and I believe I built the LED version. But it looks like now we're getting this kind of cool, like double kit that doesn't have LEDs.
And it's got buttons though.
It's got the buttons. Yeah, gosh, does it still have the sounds? I wonder if it still has the sounds, but maybe not the LEDs.
Maybe they forgot to put batteries in it.
The LED one was a lot more, but I think also what's cool about this kit is I think that you can build it in two different ways. So if you want to build it in the carrier version, or if you want to build it in the battleship version, you have that option. And here they're showing off the new parts, some of the new parts you're getting. Since we had the LED on the kit before, they didn't have this style nose to it.
Boy, this whole area of the Bandai booth is like nostalgia land, you know?
Right.
It's either really old series or new takes on old series like Ultraman, or coming up here, we've got the cool Mazinger stuff coming up down there. But yeah, it's great when you can see these classic properties just going strong.
Right?
And is this the first time? Maybe it's the first time I noticed this, but the logo for the new Yamato, it's actually got Star Blazers written in the logo, which was the old, at least the American name for it. Yeah, right here. I don't know if what it was called in Europe, but you know, when I was growing up in the U.S., it was Star Blazers.
Yeah, I remember that name. I remember those toys.
Yeah.
And we actually have a new Star Blazers kit here too. This is going to be in
2202.
February of 2019. So that's kind of cool. I mean, the last hobby show we had, there wasn't a whole lot of new Star Blazers or Yamato stuff, but for this show we do got some new stuff.
Okay, well this looks really familiar. Like
does indeed.
like I just built some of this stuff. This is great Mazinger here.
Yep.
Here's Mazinger Z over here. This is great Mazinger. Boy, they've really dressed it up. You know, I just built it straight out of the box, but but we'll be showing this guy off more in another week or two here on Gunpla TV.
So stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
He looks really cool. You can really see the differences they have between these two seasons.
Yeah. It's like great Mazinger. He ate his vegetables when he was growing up, just like his mom told him. Whereas, you know, Mazinger, he was just all fried chicken. Just the way he's got, you know, he's all bulked up here. It's really cool.
This is completely new. I thought maybe some of the parts would be reused from the other.
No, it looks to be completely
Everything is new on that kit.
And if you're into the cutesy versions, then aren't those cute and adorable? We got SD Mazingers. Is this the first time we've seen Mazinger in SD?
Yeah, I believe so. And this is part of the cross silhouette form too. So
This is cute. They got him coming up here.
as part of the cross silhouette, these Mazinger SD kits are going to have the inner frame, so you'll be able to build it in the SD form or the cross silhouette form, which is a little bit taller.
Cool.
And it'll have a little bit more functionality to it.
And now we've got something from the great US of A here next door. It's Pacific Rim stuff.
It is indeed. I believe all of these were released previously. Was it earlier this year?
Yeah, it looks like Hatsubai Choose on just about everything. Oh, wait.
We have something new actually
The
for
HG
January.
Gypsy Avenger. Final version.
Final version. So what's new for this one? It looks like it has a new backpack. That reminds me of that Star Trek. Do you remember?
Yeah. What was the
that-
Zephram Cochrane's very
that-
first warp ship? Yeah, that's
That
what it
looks
looks like.
identical to that thing.
Yeah. I was gonna say it looks like something out of Space 1999 stuck on his back here, but or a Gary Anderson, you know.
That is really cool looking.
So this will be coming in. It's January of next year. We're seeing the final version of Gypsy Avenger from Pacific Ring Uprising.
Full Metal Panic this time. So we previously built some of these Full Metal Panic kits on the show.
Right.
And so we got new Pacific Rim coming, and they also have new Full Metal Panic coming. So really everything in their lineup, they have something new here at the show, which is amazing actually. Usually sometimes they skip some line or whatnot, but everything is new. And this is
got the booster here, the booster armored, what is this? Arborest emergency deployment with booster. I may be pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, it looks like we got new booster parts coming, although it does say Sanko Shupping here, which means, you know, they're just kind of testing the waters.
Okay.
It's a trial balloon, you know.
Well, maybe we'll see. Maybe
we'll see how
we won't.
people respond to it. I think it's very cool.
I think it is too. And they just reusing the Arbalest kit that was released before with the new backpack. Alright, so there is something else. This one is going to be released in October. And this is the, am I saying this right?
Levitine, yeah.
Levitine. So Levitine, this is a new version for a new kit for Full Metal Panic. Has a cool looking hair effect part on the back as well.
A driver canceller, I believe that's called.
Driver canceller.
I'm not going to speculate on where that name came from.
So this kit went up on our site previously last month, I believe, and this is also going to be a December release. And this is the
Gozaura. I'm not going to pretend that I know something about this, you know, because the fans out there watching this are going to see right through me.
Right.
What the heck is this thing, Todd? You got anything on this one?
I'm not too sure myself, but it looks really awesome.
It's looking like these shoulders should be like trains or something. Wasn't it when you had something like that where we had Shinkansen trains sticking out of the shoulders?
There is, and speaking of that, actually the Gutsmail Moderoid line, there's a kit coming of that train. That just went up on the site last week too. What's cool about this kit though is it looks like you can break it down into smaller parts.
Mechanical dinosaurs. All right, we got a Brontosaurus, a Stegosaurus, and a Pterodactyl that apparently are going to combine to be this thing.
Combine to be this, and also looks like you can combine them to be this form as well here in the back. So that's really awesome. This is 1/300 scale. So this is a different scale than the usual HG Gundam stuff, but it's about a little bit larger than a regular HG Gundam.
This appears to be original artwork by the artist who created this thing, so for what it's worth.
So this is for the 25th anniversary of the show, I'm guessing.
So apparently it's not new. So all of those guys out there who are laughing at us because we don't know what this is, we're sorry. But there's just a lot of stuff in this.
We'll have to see if Ardith knows.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right?
I bet Ardith knows what it goes on. Ardith will make fun of us.
Ardith
will make fun of us for not knowing what goes out.
So once this kit is released, maybe we'll get her on the show again.
Alrighty. Now we've got explosions and power beams and sparkly blinkies. These are actually really, really cool. You know, most of the kits these days are coming with a little bit of these effect parts. But these, you know, in the translucent plastic, and some of them with almost fluorescent coloring, really can go a long way to showing off your model. This is a neat effect here. We got Kamen Rider Kabuto down here, you know, running in his probably, you know, time slow clock down version, which is really cool. You got Naruto firing off who knows what back there. Neko Busou setting off cluster bombs. All right. And of course, Great Mazinger teaching the bad guys a lesson there. These are great. These are really great. I got to set some of this stuff up myself. Mechagodzilla. Can you see the smile on Brian's face here? Brian is totally a Godzilla guy. I love Godzilla too. But this Mechagodzilla is a very special Mechagodzilla. This is the Mechagodzilla. This is the actual prop suit that was used to make the movie.
That's right. It is the Sanshiki Kiryu Type 3 Kiryu Mechagodzilla suit. It is awesome.
This is a suit, which means you could actually wear this.
If it fit. But it looks like
who do we need to talk to make that happen?
We're the Toho guys.
This would be so cool. Imagine what it would be like to wear this. It would be so hot and clunky and sweaty.
Yeah,
but
and heavy probably.
Anyhow, so why do they have this suit on display in their booth, Brian?
Well, because they've got a new model kit of it. It's just coming out. Yeah.
Of course you saw this coming.
Yeah, it's supposed to be released this month.
Yeah, Aoshima has this very impressive new kit of Mechagodzilla.
8,800 yen. Does it have a scale? Looks like it's about 1/3.
It's Godzilla scale.
Yes, yes. Well said, well said.
Boy, that looks am I allowed to say this? That looks really good for Aoshima.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a polite way to say it,
Your
but
shot, no, we're good.
the pose is cool too. That sort of.
It is, yeah.
Gotcha.
It's got the back stretching
All
pose
right.
there. Awesome.
So yes, a piece of
Awesome.
cinematic history right next to us here, and it's going to be great. I love the weathering. We got all kinds of cool weathering on here, scratches and stuff.
Now, interestingly, and you Godzilla fans who might know more about it than I do, which probably aren't many of you, but anyway, this looks, the kit is from the first movie, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, and this one looks like it's from Tokyo SOS, the second one featuring Mechagodzilla.
Okay, you got me on that trivia there,
It's got
Brian. That's
different
for sure.
detail, the arm things are different here, so, well, they probably modified the original suit for the second movie, which
Right.
is why. But this is this is the original Godzilla, and then this is the Mechagodzilla.
So,
this is the second one.
where is the actor who would wear this thing? Is he going to be like looking out the neck?
Yeah,
probably.
There's got to be some eye holes or something in here, unless he's got like a little. He's got his iPhone inside watching video from outside.
Well, they could do that now. Yeah,
Yeah,
you could
yeah,
give people
yeah.
a remote feed, but I don't think back when they shot this movie.
No, well, yeah, the shoulders are here, so his head would be right about here, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't see any holes. Usually they poke a bunch of. If you look at some of the older Godzilla movies,
Right,
you see
right.
a bunch of holes poked in his neck where the guy's looking out.
And to breathe.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. But I'm not seeing any.
This is
evidence
very
of
cool.
that.
I'm just going to touch it.
I did too.
I've touched it.
I
Okay.
did too. Just don't send that to Toho. They'll come arrest me.
Can't wait to
Yeah.
build this one. We'll have to put this on. Definitely put this on Gunpla TV.
Absolutely, and the kit is awesome too.
All right, over here now at the Good Smile Company booth. Now we've covered a couple of these shows already in Gunpla TV. This is their new Moderoid line. So they're actually making model kits that you can build. So the first one that I ever did was the Mazinger here on the left. So we did that one first. This guy here on the left, the Liger, is going to be released in October. And actually this guy should just have came out recently. So I'm going to see if I can cover this Mazinger as well. So we'll have to see. And I also recently just did the God Mars. That was like 2 episodes ago on Gunpla TV. So interesting stuff they have coming from the Moderoid line. Now something else that's coming from Moderoid that I'm actually kind of interested in building, maybe we'll cover this on Gunpla TV. Now I can't remember the name of this series, but I think it's Takara Tomy that does this or whatnot, but they have, you'll notice that the shapes look a little bit familiar. These are like Gunpla looking robots, but they're actually like based on Shinkansen, the Japanese bullet trains. So you'll see like the parts of like the cabin for the train here on the shoulders. The nose cone is his chest piece. He's got some more pieces for on his leg there. This is quite interesting. You know how they just love to go crazy with some of these designs here in Japan, and this is just another one of those examples. Now this, the first one in the front is going to be out the green guy is going to be out in January. The two in the back, there is no set release date at this time. But yeah, looking forward to seeing these come out in the future. Now over here at the Hasegawa booth, they released this one. This one just went up on their site with the rest of the Japan Hobby Show stuff at the end of August. But this is actually the one that I was most excited for in the Hasegawa release. This is from a rather obscure Japanese anime. Not too many people out there probably know of it. It's called Crusher Joe. And in Crusher Joe, they had these really cool looking fighter planes. And we're finally getting one of these fighter planes in 1/72nd scale from Hasegawa. And this is a completely all new tool kit here. It looks like the parts are going to come molded in color, but I do not believe this is going to be a snap together kit. You are going to have to use glue because this is part of the Creator Works line of kits that they do. And the Creator Works line of kits, so far to date, they've all been kits that you glue together. So that looks quite interesting. You got some cool looking figures that it's going to come with as well. So I'm looking forward to this one. Because it is blue, unfortunately, I don't think I will be covering it on Gunpla TV. This is due out in December. All right, so new release for their Hasegawa's Mechatro line. So on Gunpla TV 2 years ago, maybe I did one of these other Mechatros. I think actually I did this big orange guy. I did the orange guy. I don't remember, that was last year, I think. And we've only had this style of Mechatro for the longest time ever. And finally, we're getting a new style Mechatro kit in the lineup. And what are they calling this one? They're calling it the Origin and Forest? Well, at least that's the name of these two that are going to be released here. But that looks kind of cool. I like the more squared look. It's a bit more chunky. A bit more like 1980s style, yeah. I think. That would be a good way to put it. Yeah, these kits are going to be coming out in December as well. It's going to be a really big December. So parts molded in color. If it's like the other Mechatro kits, then these actually should be able just to snap together.